In this lecture we're going to go into a little bit more detail into how we can use arrays. Specifically, we're going to be looking into how we can access singular elements or values that are within one of our arrays, and also how we can use some built-in methods that JavaScript provide, and also properties that we can look at of the array. So first of all, we're going to look at how we can access just one value from an array. As I said before in the previous lecture, within an array, which I've created a variable just here, within the array they are ordered. So you can say the string England here is the first value within our array. This is the second one, this is the third, and this is the fourth. Now what's cool is we can actually just get access just one of those by using the fact that this is the first one, second, third, fourth, using something that we call the index of an array. So I'm going to do, let's just go for array value. I'm going to make sure this is outputted in the HTML. Perfect. So I can access any one of these by using the index. Now, confusingly enough, the way you can access an array is like this. You say the name of the array, and then you use the square brackets, and you use the number. So you'd think that England would be number 1, Spain would be 2, France 3, Germany 4. Now what's really, really important to note here is that the index always starts at 0. So you could say that England is the 0th occurrence. Spain would have the index of 1, France the index of 2, and Germany the index of 3. So if you think of it like this, if England's the first one, you just minus 1. If Spain's the second one, you just minus 1. So England will be 0, Spain 1, etc., etc. So the first occurrence of a value in an array will start at the index 0. So if I just output this now, click show, England's going to appear. If I put in 3, that's actually going to be the fourth one that occurs in the array. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that's going to be Germany. So if I refresh now, you will see that Germany appears. Fantastic. So we can add on a few more values, let's say. Let's add in some numbers just to get nice and confusing. Let's say we want to output the number 4. Then we'll want to look at index number. Let's count together. So 0, England will be 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the number 4 will be index number 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should work. If I click show, let's try refreshing. There we go, that's more like it. So just keep in mind, and this will be very useful for the practical coming up, that to access just one value within your array, you can use the index. And the index starts at 0. So pause the video now and try to access number 56. So the last value in our array using the index. So pause the video now and give it a try. Or at least have a think about it. So now let's count together. So if England's going to be 0, then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's give that a try. Index 6. Refresh. Hopefully it'll be number 56. Fantastic. And then if you want to get a bit more complex about it, let's say that we want to add a list within a list. Let's just put it in here, for example. Sorry, an array within an array. And we'll just put in 1, 2, 3. Now, if you're still sort of trying to work out how to do the original array, then don't worry too much about what I'm doing here. This is for people who feel quite comfortable with the standard indexing of an array. So we're going to look at here. This is the 0 index, this is the 1, and then this whole thing is index 2. So let's just take a look at that. If I change that to index 2, refresh, then show, you can see that whole array has been selected. Now if I just wanted to get the first index from that array now, I just add another square bracket and add 0. So it's, first of all it's looking for in the big array, it's looking for the index 2. So that's going to be 0, 1, 2. So we get that array. and then I'm saying take the first index, or the index 0, from that array. So we should end up with just 1 here now. Perfect. So that's indexing. Have a go at that by yourself. And now we're going to look quickly into how we can use some of JavaScript's built-in properties and methods to help us. So I'm just going to add this below now. Actually, I'll just delete this one. So the first thing that we can do is we can quite easily output the length of an array. So we have, how many values do we have in here? 1, 2, then 3 as the whole array, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got 8. We want to output that, but now using one of JavaScript's inbuilt properties. So all we have to do is do my array, and then all we have to do is dot length. That's literally all we have to do. That's built into JavaScript, and you can use it for any array. So now when we refresh this, we get the number 8, because we're basically saying take the array we have and then use this built-in property, just put dot length. Next we have a couple of, well, there are quite a few different methods we can use. I'm just going to show you 2 of them, and these methods allow you to manipulate your arrays in some way. So the first one we're going to do is dot pop, and for this, now that they're methods, we have to, just like we're doing up here, what we do is we add these empty brackets. So what pop does is it basically just removes the last index in your array. So in this instance, it's going to remove 56. So if I refresh this, it's removed that. So if we now put in the original my array, you will see that 56 won't be in there because it's been removed. Fantastic. So the other one we're going to do is dot push. And this does the exact opposite. It adds something to the end of the array. So it's a method, so we have to have these parentheses or the brackets. And now we have to say what we want to add. So I'm just going to put in last item. So go refresh that. Now you can see that our array contains one more value called last item. So if you wanted to see what other methods are available, you can go to the W3 Schools website and go to array reference, and it will show you all the different things. So we've gone over dot length here, and then we have things like you can add together 2 arrays, and you'll see that we have pop in here and push that we used. We also have a lot of other powerful things. For example, we have filter. So we can create a new array with every element that passes some kind of test. So for example, you want all the values in your array that are less than 5 or something like that. So just to review what we've gone over today. First of all, we went over indexes, which is basically a way that we can access a single value within our array. And the way that we do that, we put in the name of our array, with square brackets, we put in the number index. So 0 will be the first value within our array. We then looked into how we can use JavaScript's built-in properties and methods. For example, dot push. We also had dot length, and for that we didn't need to have the empty brackets. And then we had dot pop as well. So dot push added something to an array, dot pop removed the last value in an array. So that's it for this lecture. Now we're going to go into a practical where we can start to apply some more of our knowledge of arrays.